We figured out the escape. Mr. Scotter escaped through the tunnel. Go on.
Wait. Is it?
I think you should be investigating Mrs. Kalea and her son.
And also Mr. Morales.
You guys said you were trying to actually help me. You're just throwing names.
I'm not.
So I was beginning to get a little bit frustrated. No one seems to be taking this job as seriously as me. So I kept pushing the other pastors to tell me what they knew. And finally, I got this. Day feels like 100. But I have just received an anonymous tip. Stop it! Don't! From Pastor Katie. She's throwing things at me. But she's also told me that I should investigate Mr. Lindbeck. I don't know why, but maybe I'll investigate him because I'm at a bit of a dead end. But Mr. Lindbeck, I'm coming for you. Not sure why, but I will be. So I needed to look into Mr. Lindbeck. But before I did that, Ms. Kazali has got another note, but this time a bit different. It's not a written note, it's an email. I'm not going to give the note writer the dignity of reading out this rubbish. You can read it yourself, some stuff about carrots.
I've been speaking about carrots with some people today.
Which people?
Adelaide.
Miss Parkin.
Zach was also in the room.
Mr. Redmond.
Orlando was in the room.
Mr. Morales.
James was in the room.
James.
The suspect was Groves.
This is a lot of investigation.
Questions? Okay. I've got a few questions. It was sent at 12:47. Now I'm pretty sure both Lindbecks were playing volleyball at that time. Right. So who wasn't playing volleyball?
Who wasn't playing volleyball?
You came late. So did John.
12:47. Okay.
Now, assuming you're on my side, Brayden, because you've assured me you aren't pastors don't lie.
Pastors
God
don't
will
lie.
strike you down.
Very true.
Come here. This better be in American time, otherwise they've planned this since March.
6th of the 3rd. 3rd of the 6th, surely.
Yes.
That which is today.
Yeah. Now, it was scanned at 13:44. That doesn't make sense. That's
1:44.
But it was sent at 12:47. So I think this date code might be wrong.
It's
because
scanned in the
well, it
future.
says +11. So unless that's in some American time.
Yeah.
Now my
Makes
question
sense.
is, Brayden. Mm-hmm. I know that you don't have to log in to be able to scan a document, but I'm not sure that all staff members know that. So where do we draw the line? Can we go to IT and ask them to trace if they could be able to trace who logged in and where this came from?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go to IT.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're actually going to go now?
Yeah. So Miss Kazali and I went to the IT department to get a bit of support. Maybe we could look at some of the cameras, or we could hack into the system and find out who was using the copier at that time, solving this once and for all.
I just have a quick question. If someone has scanned a document and sent it to me, don't ignore me. If someone has scanned a document and sent it to me, are you able to trace it? Like if someone logged in to send it? So you know how, like on the printers, you have to fob log in?
Yeah.
Is there any way?
For scanning, you don't need to log in.
I know, but I'm not sure the person who sent it me that they're trying to type it in.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if you are able to do that.
Joe agreed to help us out. And finally, breaking, we've checked the printer name, and we've been told that it's come from the
Yeah,
printer.
so then there's a few ways, because there's cameras in this as well.
Who has access to the cameras?
The boss.
We're so close.
So we know the email has been scanned from one of these two machines. 6004X. I've just spoken to Mladen, and in the room at 12:47 p.m. today, Tim Pope was also in the room. Now, it could have been Tim Pope, or it could have been someone. Speaking of Tim Pope,
Are you playing
it's actually
games?
perfect. Dr. Pope, as the email was sent just now. So Dr. Pope agreed to do an interview for me. Unfortunately, I accidentally filmed the entire interview in time lapse. Not ideal. It was very good, comprehensive, but this is it. But what we discovered was that it was not Dr. Pope. He did not see anyone in there writing a note. And we figured out that the photocopier was actually in daylight saving time and it needed to be in normal time. And the person who was in there on normal time was Mr. Taj. So we went to interview him. Unfortunately, I was still in time lapse, so the entire interview was done in a time lapse as well. Let me give you a quick rundown of the discussion with Tree. You can see the time lapse, but you can't hear the conversation. Short version, it wasn't him. But I went to... He was in the print room at that time. However, he didn't see anything, which is kind of annoying. I went back to the office and I ended up with another lead. Here's another hot tip from Pastor Katie. Also said I should investigate Mrs. Lindbeck. Now, Mrs. Lindbeck she's been like a co-investigator on here. Very convenient, isn't it? That Mrs. Lindbeck was with me when my camera mysteriously went into time lapse. Now, I don't want to be chucking around any accusations, but Lindbeck's are looking pretty sus. But I have a strong feeling that this is all coming to an end very shortly. Alright, I'm coming for you, Lindbecks. You're next.
I think.
Alright, everybody. I've come into the office, into my pigeonhole, and I've seen 2 new notes. First one comes with a photo of a printed out hippopotamus, and it says, "Broccoli is not that great. Have you tried roasted hippopotamus? Your efforts to find a vandal are amusing, but as effective as trying to put out a fire with petrol." Well, that one hurt. Bit offensive. And the second one, "Braden, we know you will never chase us down. So if you dare, Monday E16 12:44. Bring a broccoli or else." You did this? Looks like we will have some answers at lunchtime on Monday. Better bring those broccolis.